So thanks for the applause and claps. And it's actually the most difficult to do this first session in the afternoon. Everybody is sleepy, right? I know, I understand. So I will try to keep you guys not sleepy. That's the key thing. So today we are going to do some innovation stuff. And this morning, actually, different people already cover a lot of the things about how to make the storytelling more efficient and productive on mobile phones. Because the way storytelling on mobile is very different from what you have done, most people have done previously through, for example, TV commercial or through print. But why? There are something that I can show you first about the user's behavior first. So behavior, if we change all these people's face into Chinese faces like me, it also is the same because that's exactly what happens in China as well, and in Taiwan, and in Korea, and in Japan as well. So we used to have the behavior to watch TV together in a big family. We all watch TV together. While nowadays, people can't live without their mobile devices. It could be a phone or a tablet, but most of people use phones. And so the behavior of watching long-form content has been changing. The eyeballs are getting to mobile phones a lot more. And in India, we also observe another interesting trend is there will be one phone that multiple people share to watch something, long-form content on that phone. It could be brothers and sisters or cousins. And in India, we also observe that. And actually, in China, that's the same as well. I have been in Beijing, living there for 8 years. So I saw that change. And OTT thing back in China was started by 2008. And then the booming was during 2012 to 2016, where the 4G become the major driver, the adoption of 4G become the major driver of that adoption on mobile, the same. So I can foresee this behavior won't change. More and more people will go by using their phones to watch lots of long-form content on subway, on buses, and other like this kind of fragmented times. And the second thing that we can think about is about the attention span. Actually, Google this morning also mentioned about the attention span is getting shorter and shorter. We human beings now has a shorter attention span on mobile phones, shorter than a goldfish. So in general, we keep on shifting our focus, and we get distracted easily, and then we go back to our phones. So imagine, previously, you do advertisement or you do the storytelling in a way that people will pay more attention on a single device. Now, if you want to tell a story, you have to use the fragmented time a lot better. And your story has to be shaped fitting the mobile environment, which is a lot of fragmented time, and have to grab people's attention. So the third is another study about how people watch how people watch a 45-second video ads comparing with they watch a 15-second video ads. And then that study in China did a brand recall. So it's surprisingly, the brand recall is better on the shorter ads instead of longer ads because people don't have that time to watch it through. That's the key thing. On mobile phones, people in general don't have that time to watch the whole video through. While every time I came here since 4 years ago. I started to run my previous company's global ads business. This is the third time I'm in MMA India, and I think I'm still the only one like Chinese faces in MMA in India, and but it's okay. But again, starting from 4 years ago, I came here. I talked with multiple advertisers, and I found that still. Most of the advertisers still prefer the very long, like 30-second kind of video ads in a either pre-roll or mid-roll or post-roll scenario in India, still. However, I do start to observe some new trend happening. Short-form kind of ads started to be accepted by some fast-moving consumer goods companies just getting started. And I will show more cases later from other countries, okay, about how they use short form. But again, we just want to tell you that people's attention on mobile, comparing with TV, is different. We have to rethink about whether we should put that kind of ads. Even you put a really long 30 seconds full ads on an OTT platform, maybe nobody is actually watching. It could be. It's not about the tracking numbers. The tracking number tells you they are watching, but maybe they are just putting their phones aside. It's very easily. So it's a very key thing to think about it. So again, today's is all about how we can be able to make our storytelling on mobile better, more eye-catching, and still get a huge number of impression and unique reach. Okay, so we are UC. We do content. We do news aggregation and distribution. This is what we do, and there's no sound. Thank you. Okay, sound problem. Anyway, so the one that you just saw is what you can actually do through UC. It's a short-form ad that's bring by Unilever in another country. Okay, so we are working with Unilever in different countries. While that one is, I believe that one is an Indonesian version of the short ads. So they leverage the mobile environment, the splash screen, to do a 6-second video. So it's actually very easy for people to accept this kind of video. The view-through rate is good, and we get very good feedback from our customer. And also, the other very important thing that we haven't created a lot yet in this market is the one you just seen at the right. It's a vertical size video. And imagine, what was the last time you used your phone in a landscape mode? Landscape mode, when? And what are you doing? Just anybody answer me. You use it like this. Video watching. And what else? Gaming, yes. And taking pictures, yes. No more. Basically, it's the 3 key scenarios on mobile, and the rest of other scenarios you use it in a portrait mode, vertically. Why we make advertisement in a landscape way was because TV is like that, right? TV set is designed like that, and then they make it a bigger rectangle like that. So we always have to design our ads in that format. While we never thought about, but somebody already started, but we have to think about if most of the time we are using a media in a portrait mode, why don't we design our ads in a portrait mode? So we're getting started to have more and more advertisers start to try out the portrait mode vertical video thing, and I think it's a very important topic to think about it. You have to talk with your agency to think about it, whether you can do it, and we are ready to do that here in India, as long as you are ready as well. And in the feeds, that one will be a quick one, because we all know Facebook did that very often, and we just had that too. Yeah, okay. So it's in the feed, no sounds, but you can click to have the sounds. It's a clickable thing, so then that if you want to have a landing page, you can also still have a landing page after they see it. So in general, it's a way not to interrupt the browsing experience, while in the same time, it can deliver ads. It's very common in most of the feed product. It's outstream ads. And what we did for India market is we try our best to make the experience better. We try to do precaution under the Wi-Fi. And so then you don't have the data consumption. I mean, previously, it was very important when the data was still very expensive. Nowadays, data is a lot cheaper, so it's fine. So the third one will be very special. It's an in-article video. We haven't seen many people done that before. It might be because it's not that easy to make that experience good enough. And we have been working a lot on our ad technology to have that soon will be available in this market by next quarter. So it's a new format that you can still have a video ads within the content during the browsing experience. And I believe that lots of people like it because it's actually a very important scenario. Lots of people are consuming the content, so the reach, the unique reach for that kind of format will be a huge. And we talk about the formats. And formats, we talk about the research result. And there is a very key thing is, another thing is about is the data. So this morning we heard about data. Data is super important. While each person, each app developer has different kind of data. What we have is all about your browsing behavior. So for example, you are interested in some kind of content. That's what we understand about you because you read through those content through UC. So we understand people's interest about content. And we have a content lab, which is a full load of bloggers. They are subject matter expert in some areas. They create content for them, for like influencing more people. While we connect, so while we have these people, like we try to power each individuals, in the same time, we have the ad system to monetize, to make them also get something while they produce the content. And then we have a huge enough user base here to get people started to read this news every day. So the ecosystem is finally a closed loop enough ecosystem. So if you are a content creator, you can make money because we have an ad system, and that ad system also powered by the same data and same algorithm, so we understand how to do targeting. So that's what we do for this market. And these are just like everybody else are saying, so I'm not gonna skip it. So more examples. That one is fun. So I wanna talk about it more. So this is the Asia Cup live chat, and Oppo was very, very happy about it. And let's wait a minute. So let's go back a little bit. So during the Asia Cup time, which is just these few weeks, we have Virender Sehwag meets Shahid Avadi. So sorry, my pronunciation. So these two previous captains, they are in Dubai to tell the story about the India team versus Pakistan team. And we have that. We gather around 4 million of live users watching. They talk about the live game, okay? And Oppo was the sponsor, so Oppo was really happy because the number of the users who participated in that discussion is huge. So this is the power of content. If you have content, you can do different types of content marketing based on your content. And we have lots of content. That's one of the ways that we do content marketing for our customer. The other showcase is about Honor, Huawei's Honor brand. And this is just before the Independence Day of India. So we want to make people understand this is the Independence Day, while in the same time, Honor founders, our Honor founders saying that, hey, we are going to launch something around Independence Day. How can we do something fun, interesting, and attract the younger generation together? So we made something for Honor. Take a look at the shirt. It's not a shirt, it's a shield, okay? That is exactly the same color as what Honor's new phone has, the black and the red. So that iconic hero figure has the same color of the shield, exactly the same as Huawei's new phone. So that's what we do. Again, it's another example of how we can do content marketing with advertisers blended in a very artistic way. And so that's previous examples about another content marketing. That was by the tech blogger who do a live talk about Honor's new phone, Honor 7X, back in early this year. So that talk reached more than 500K. It's a live show talk. During that live show talk, reached more than 500K users. And then you can leave your interest. And then we gather that list of leads and let that leads go, drive those leads to e-commerce. It's like content curation and e-commerce, all streamlined kind of example. That's what we did for Honor. So in general, we talk about video, we talk about content. It's actually the most important pillar for UC ads here. And data, that's the fundamental. So data algorithm, fundamental, video and content, two big pillars. And this is another example of how we power our data. We have UC trends to Oppo. In general, it's a showcase that we get Oppo to understand their users better. Oppo now have that sheet of reports sit within their market research team. It says about which phone is the most used phone in India, and where their Oppo users are located. So if you are a phone manufacturer, you ship out your phones, and you never know what happened after you ship it out. While we tell them what happened, who are using, which areas, which province they have the most of the users, and the language setting of their users. That's what we included in that UC Trend report. This is the power of data. So that's last but not least, programmatic. We are fully adapted programmatic. India is a very important market. Programmatic is getting stronger and stronger. We saw that. So we fully adapted programmatic. You can do PMP with us. You can do leverage our DMP to do your own targeting. And Unilever APAC already started the PMP buying on us, buying lots of video inventories now. So yeah, I don't want to hard sell anything, but if you want to work with us, I just want to say that we are programmatic ready. So that's about today's story. And if you're interested in talking about more, I'll be at our booth. So we can share more experience about the cases. Thank you.